Yo.
Hey.
What's up? What's up, motherfucker? You alright?
Yeah. How's Wales?
Yeah. Anyway, you alright? No, it's alright. I mean, it was a good couple of nights away, but fucking hard work, man. It's like 4 hours driving every day for 3 days. It sends you mad.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was 3 hours on the way back, but it was 4 hours there, and then we went to some zoo farm thing that was 2 hours there and 2 hours back, and it was just like, by the end of it, I was just getting fucking sick of it. Like, old women just cutting you up, and
yeah, I know. It's like, I forgot. Maybe last year we went to Yorkshire for like a week, and we came home after like 5 days because I just had enough. Because it took like about...
had enough.
No,
because you stand up and go, we're going home.
It was a bit like that. I was like... Well, no, it was Friday, and I was like, should we go home? And then Chen was like, yeah, let's go home. Because you know it is, it's like if you're... Like, it took us like 5 or 6 hours to drive there from where we live.
Yeah.
And then you spend the entire time just driving around the place.
Yeah.
And the kids don't care. You know, they're just like... sleeping in the back or whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm like, enjoy the views. Look, it looks lovely here. And everyone's just sleeping. And you're just like, a lot of you then. Let's go home.
Joe was sleeping throughout every journey, and you're just sitting there just going, I don't want to do this anymore. I'm fucking sick of it. I mean, that sounds incredibly... Like, we went to that zoo farm thing, whatever it was, and I'm constantly questioning myself these days. I'm like, is this okay? I don't know if this is okay. There's a giraffe here. Like, why is there a giraffe in Wales?
Mm-hmm.
Like, and then they go, oh no, look, these animals would be dead if it weren't for us. And you're going, well, would they? Like, it's
I don't know.
A horrible place to be in, because at one point, I'm thinking, fucking hell, look at these animals, they're incredible. And then another part of me is going, look at them in this shed that we're in. But then they'd be in a shed, would they? No, I don't know. I don't know anymore.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I've been to zoos in China, and that's like a whole other experience.
Yeah, well, it's just like in cages, literally.
Well, it is.
Sorry to judge, but
the ones I saw were like, it was terrible. We went to this one in Qingdao, and it was just so sad because it was like the whole thing where you had like these lions just like going, like walking around in circles, and just, you know, like obviously clearly incredibly depressed. And
oh god, that's awful.
Yeah, I mean, there was a whole thing actually just before I left where. Because they used to have these, like, dancing animals in a thing, and it turned out they were actually, like, heating up the floor and stuff. It's like...
That is awful.
Yeah, it was terrible. We went to the zoo once, and after that we were like, we're not doing this again.
The most depressing is London Zoo. I don't know if you've ever been to London Zoo, but that was one where I definitely walked out and went, nope. Because in this one they had loads of space, so that was all cool, because it was in the middle of nowhere, so it was fucking massive.
Yeah.
And the one we went to in Dublin, I don't know if you've ever been to Dublin Zoo, it is fucking huge. And you do kind of think, wow, these animals do have a lot of space, and you know, if they're being treated well, then, you know, I don't see any problem with that. But then London Zoo, it's just like, you see a giraffe up there, and you just think, all you're seeing, mate, is like fucking roads.
Yeah.
Like, you just honking going back, like sirens going off and shit like that. And you just think, this doesn't need to be here. This really does not need to be here. Like, there's so little space in London as it is. And a giraffe is getting fuck all. I just like giraffes. I think that's it.
Really why? What's the deal with giraffes? They're boring.
No, they're just like, they're massive, aren't they? And you're just like, whoa, hold on, mate. Look at you, just strutting about. Like, I had this fantasy of, like, making sure that Harry never sees a giraffe until he's 18. And then, like, just driving him somewhere going, look at that. That exists on the planet. Can you fucking believe it?
I'll tell you what would impress him more is seeing a gorilla riding a motorbike. Because
yeah. But when he's chained to that motorbike,
terrible, obviously, but you know.
It's terrible, but bit of fun for the humans. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'm being too Greenpeace or not enough Greenpeace. I don't know. It's it's terribly depressing. But look, there's a giraffe. Like, it's fuck. It is bad, isn't it? I don't know.
I never knew you were so sensitive, about these things.
I like animals more than I do humans, James. I think that's what it is.
That's been blatantly obvious over the years I've known you.
Well, yeah, because I always question myself with you because you're sort of half and half, and you never really tell what you. Well, you're not fully formed human, are you? You're sort of just just I don't know, the missing link. I think
kind of insulted by that, if I'm honest.
Kind of. It's just a full-on insult, and you're just like, you're well British. Right. What you've been playing. We'll get to whatever, but what have you been playing?
Well, I've been playing Bayonetta. Because
after a bit of sexy time.
Well, because I've never played it before, and it's I saw it was it was an offer that Argos were doing, where it was like £30 for the special edition for Wii U.
Yeah, for both of them, yeah.
And I got it.
Did you start with one?
Yeah. I'm playing through one at the moment.
It's good, isn't it?
And it really is. It's like because the thing is, I played the demo of it before, and I'll be honest. When I played the demo of the second one, I kind of hated it. I was just like, I don't get this, and I don't see what the thing is.
Yeah, the demo doesn't really teach you anything, does it?
Yeah, but then now, once I started to play it, like the actual game itself, I found I'm really enjoying it. Mostly just because it's crazy. Like, just the craziness of it it makes me smile. Like, just the way
it is insane. Like, it starts off. I think it starts off on a really bad note tonally. Like, the opening areas are great, and I really like the battles at the start. But the whole stuff with your I thought, is this going to be a sidekick throughout the whole fucking game? That sort of hey man, this New York gangster. Yeah, that's the fella. He's just a prick. And the repeating music does great. But shut up. But the gameplay is just so good.
Once I figured out that it is all about that, the evade thing.
Yeah, the witch time.
Once I figured that basically you just have to try and do that all the time, then it became much more fun. Yeah, much more interesting.
Yeah, it's good.
And I'm really enjoying it. It's I don't know how long is the game? Like, what's
do you know what? I played that game at a time where I had no concept of how long the game was. I thought that there's a motorbike bit that I thought was right at the start, and it turns out it's not. Like, my perception of time was way off when I played it, but I don't know is the quick answer to that. I can't tell you. I've started it about 3 times. I've never finished it.
Really?
Yeah, I never got to the end. It was at a time where I just wasn't finishing games. I didn't start properly finishing games until until I started reviewing them, I suppose. That was when I thought, right, okay, I'm going to sit down with this game, see it to the end. And then I found that I appreciated games a lot more when I did that. So, it was before that time. And then recently I went back to play it, and I think something new come along, and I never went back. But I got a fair chunk into it. It's good. Yeah. It's good.
It's a good game. Yeah, I'm looking forward to getting through it and then playing the second one, because I heard the second one's supposed to be even better. So,
Sexist or non-sexist?
I don't want to go there. I don't want to go there.
It is funny how that game gets a pass. Everyone's going, oh, fucking Dead or Alive, it's disgusting. And
I'll tell you what, though,
Bayonetta is a much better character than anything Dead or Alive has ever dreamed of, but it is pretty funny.
See, I do love the strut. Like when you're just like walking and she's doing guns and she's doing the strut. I was trying to get Chen to do that earlier. I was like, watch this and copy it like this.
That's outrageous. Watch this and copy it. Yeah. I do that with RedTube.
You need to move the hips more. It's like
whipping her.
Didn't do that. Actually, I did do that, but it's it's fun.
Nice. I've just been continuing Bloodborne. It's really good, but the horror side of it is really getting to me a little bit, because it's more of a horror than Dark Souls is. It's really dark in places. Some of the enemies are fucking haunting, and some of it's a lot darker, and the place is more decrepit. It's a rough experience to try and get through. Some of the bosses are just creepy as fuck. You just but still, good game.
That's cool.
So we last left you with you banging your head against the wall.
Yeah.
While I was in Wales, I had 3 or 4 messages saying, I need a call, despite the fact that you knowing that I can't. And then you saying, come home now, I think it was on Saturday. Saturday, wasn't it?
I did say stop being in Wales. It's like,
So what happened? You were facing off Capra Demon.
I did, and what basically happened was after we last talked, I tried a couple of times on another day. I didn't get anywhere, and I was getting progressively more and more irritated. Yeah. Mostly, the thing what was happening was that I could get to the Capra Demon without taking a hit from anything. Like I'd got really good at getting through that bit, just like you have like a pattern that you go through and a technique, and then I get in there and then wouldn't last like just a few seconds, and I was just trying to figure out how to get up those stairs and how to get around the side without dying. And then on Friday night, I spent 2.5 hours after like wife had gone to bed and children and everything. I just thought, okay, I'm going to sit down and I'm going to do this because this is really irritating me now. And yeah, I realised that my initial strategy didn't work actually so well, which was that I'd used all the thief costume stuff so that I was really light, so that I was moving more quickly. Yeah. But the trouble was that meant that if I got touched by anything, it basically meant that I lost most of my health and then died. Yeah. So instead, I tooled up with like all my night gear, which made me slow, but it seemed to work because then I had the shield as well, and then I went through. Immediately guard, and then he like hit me, and obviously I lost quite a lot of the stamina. But then I sort of rotated round and then sort of backed my way up the stairs, whilst being hit. But it was still enough so that I didn't like lose health and everything. Got right up to the top, and then like you can go along the back platform. Yeah. So I went across there, and then waited for the dogs to come to me, and then sliced them, and then the Capra Demon came, but then it keeps doing that thing, doesn't it, where it keeps falling down. Yeah. And so I was doing the drop attack, and so I only had to hit him I had to hit him not that many times actually before he went. But what was really irritating was that sometimes he didn't go around the top and then fall down. Sometimes he did a jump attack from the stairs and hit me. That really annoyed me because the first, I sent you that message that said so close, like I was so close. I only had to hit him about one more time, and then he did that to me and killed me. And I was livid. I was absolutely livid. But then it was funny because then after I beat him, it was like, it didn't feel like it was that big of a deal. I was just like, do you know what I mean?
That's because it's not, mate. It's the Capra Demon. He's not even a real boss.
But like I said, it's the enclosed space that makes it irritating.
Yeah. Big time.
If he wasn't in an enclosed space, he wouldn't be that much of a problem because he's a bit rubbish, isn't he? Really, like as in like speed wise and all that kind of thing.
He's a hard hitter. Like, and the thing about that particular fight is that he is probably the first. I think he's the first that really comes at you. You know what I mean? He's not one of these ones that holds back. You've done even like really aggressive bosses like the gargoyles and stuff. They do tend to hand back every now and then and give you time to heal and this that, and the other. With him, he's like, yeah, right, come. He's fucking coming at you straight away. Yeah. So yeah, that's the thing with him. That there are other enemies like that in the game. Not too many, but there are other enemies that are like you enter the room and that's it. They're fucking going for you. So that I think that's the game kind of going, look, don't rest on your laurels here. This is we will fuck you up if we need to.
But like I said, once I'd figured out how to get up the stairs and do that, I just thought this is just a matter of time now. Like as in, I can definitely do this. It's just it didn't feel like all hope was lost, which was good. But there's another thing that I want to talk to you about because I think I've messed something up.
Go on.
In that area, because I was getting frustrated, so I went exploring a bit, you see. Yeah. And I went exploring, and then down to the right rather. You know how you go down the stairs and there's the burning fire on the left, and then you turn right and there's like a street. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, if you turn right down the street, I was walking down there, and then I could hear someone behind the door. Yeah. Like, talking. So I unlocked the door because I had the key from the the Undead Burg, like all the residence keys.
Yeah.
You know, I bought that from the guy. And so there's a guy inside, so I went in and started talking to him, and
Actually, I didn't know you could do that.
Yeah, well...
What did he look like, this fella?
Well, he looked like a sorcerer. And...
Oh, yeah,
you know,
I didn't touch this. Yeah, I didn't touch any of this.
Now, when I say he looked like a sorcerer, that's because I killed him. Now, this was completely by accident, because... Actually, no, I didn't kill him. No, this is what happened. I went in and started talking.
Yeah, all right, I'm not a judge. You're fine. I'm not gonna have you arrested.
I went in and I started talking to him, and he was like, "Oh, thanks for releasing me and everything. I need to go back to the what is it? You know that area at the beginning? I forgot what it's called.
The Underberg,
No. The area right at the beginning with the fire and the all the people.
Shrine, yeah.
That's right. Yeah. He was like, "I need to head back there." And I was like, "Okay, cool. Maybe we'll hook up later. You know, whatever, that kind of thing." So I walked out, and then I tried another run and failed. So I went down to see him again, and he was still there. And, you know, there's all those, like, crates around him.
Yeah.
I just was like, I fancy smashing those. And I don't know why, because, you know, there's no point, because there's very rarely anything in them anyway. And accidentally I hit him. And then he got angry and started attacking me. So I started attacking him, and then he killed me. And then I went back and he was gone. And I feel a bit bad.
Yeah. Well, that guy, I think I can't remember what the guy's name is, but he didn't even appear in my game because I didn't get the key to let him out. So he is essential if you wanted to go down the magic route. But
now you're telling me.
Yeah, but we're not going down the magic route, so you'll be alright. I think he sells you like spells and shit like that, but
okay.
I don't know. We're not interested in that. So yeah, you'll be alright. But that is a lesson learned. These NPC characters, they can be hit, and they can. Basically, there's this whole sub game some people play where they get to the very end, and then they go and kill all the NPCs in the world, because each NPC is a battle in itself. Like, some of them are brilliant. Apparently the one against Andre, the blacksmith, is meant to be really good and stuff like that. And they all say stuff to you just before you kill them and stuff like that. Yeah, so you've got to remember that, because Andre is so essential for leveling up your weapons and stuff that you don't want to hit him with anything, because he will absolutely annihilate you. But it's pretty bad what you did there. They're called sins, I think. There's something to do with sins.
Well, he didn't die. I mean, I was really close to finishing him off, but I wasn't sure what to do, so I didn't do it. Do you know what I mean?
Like, I was let him kill you.
Yeah, and then I thought, oh, maybe when I go back, he'll be back.
He'll be back, and it'll be mates.
Bygones be bygones, but came back and he was gone. So
I don't think you'll be bygones, James. But you look in this game, because it saves like every 30 seconds or whatever it is. If you'd have gone back and he was still there, he'd try and batter you again. So then I would have killed him until you seeked redemption. Look at you, all arrogant.
Well, I would have done. He was nearly gone anyway. So,
So no, I mean, that would be bad if we were, trying to do the magic stuff, I think. But we're not going to touch that, so you're all right. You're just going to run around battering people with an axe or whatever it is.
Yeah, I'm quite happy to do that at the moment. That's all right.
Cool. So I'm guessing your reason for the call is to find out where to go next.
Yeah, where do I go next? Because it was really. This is the other reason why were you in Wales? Because I really wanted to get further in this, and it's really annoying because I was like, I had the weekend I could have played, and then you're in Wales. It's
I was originally going to say to you, we're going to go down to the depths now, and then on to Blighttown. But then I remembered that Blighttown, there's a certain item that you need. So I think your next enemy that you need to face is the butterfly. I think it's the moonlight butterfly, I think it's called. And she sits within the Darkroot Garden. You know where the Darkroot Garden is, because you've been there already, kind of.
Remind me. Is that... Oh, hang on. Is that the place where there's the blacksmith?
Yes.
And then you go through there? And
go down, and there's a demon, that big demon under there.
Yeah.
Don't worry about that demon. Run past him for now. We'll take him down later. But for now, leave him where he is. Go past him. There's a door, and it leads down to the Darkroot. I can't remember the exact route to the... Basically, there's 3 bosses down there. 2 of which we're going to take down later. 1 of which you've got to take down. The other 2 are not essential. But... we might as well do them. One of them's the Moonlight Butterfly. You've got to find her, and then give her a couple of give her a couple of goes, and then give me a call when you're sick of that one. But the reason we're doing this is because there's items that the normal enemies drop there that will really help you out when we go down to Blighttown. So that's the route.
Okay.
That's the route.
Right, so I need to go back to the blacksmith and then go through there and then down into the gardens area. And then, how will I know when I found her? Do I just keep
because
going?
it'll come up and it'll be a big butterfly and it'll try and kill you, James. I don't know what game you're playing, mate. Or if you find a massive butterfly that tries to kill you, then you found the Moonlight Butterfly. Simple as that.
All right. Nice to be like that. It's all right.
Well, you ask stupid questions, James. You get stupid answers. You're a teacher. You should know this. Teaching 101, isn't it?
All right. Anyway.
101.
All right. So that's where I'm going, and I'll do that. Let's see how it goes.
You sound depressed, like you wanted to finish the game by now.
Well, no. It's because I was on a real high before you went to Wales. And
now
then
you're
it's
just
like
deflated.
And that's like screwed my plans, but never mind. I know you've got to do these things sometimes, so it's understandable.
Mate, I need to live a life still. I can't just be sitting here waiting by the phone for you to call.
That's not what we agreed, but it's
what? Fuck off. Go on do the butterfly.
Yeah. Alright. I'll call you later in the week.
Okay, I'll hear from you later in the week.
Alright, see ya.
Goodbye.